These are the best pets in Grow a Garden. Nothing to do with their values, everything to do with just how useful they are in the game. Starting with the dragonfly, who I put up in the A tier. Why? It only has a 5-minute cooldown, and not everybody is in the game for 24 hours a day. As such, being able to put gold, which is a phenomenal variant, on multiple fruits over the course of 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes is super powerful for the average gamer. And gold looks great, especially compared to silver, and we'll get to that in the future. It is able to work fast, it's able to spread mutations everywhere. Overall, it's a fantastic pet to have in your garden if your goal is to have a big, beautiful garden filled with big, beautiful plants and fruits. Moving on to the squirrel, which is an S tier pet, super useful. Infinite reclaimers is just the best. You're reorganizing your garden, you're redecorating your garden, you're spreading things out, you're moving things around, you're getting things cleared up for a new event. Having 8 squirrels is fantastic. All you need is 12.5% in each squirrel at least, which you can get with an average squirrel at age 50. It's phenomenal. Infinite reclaimers is goated. Don't sleep on it. Moving on to the kappa. Kappas are really useful. There's a lot of events we've had recently where having mutated fruits has mattered. Even with the battle pass, having mutated fruits matters. As such, having pets that spread a mutation on everything around it in like a 360-degree arc is really powerful. As such, having at least one kappa in your back pocket for those kinds of events where mutations matter is very strong. Moving on to the Echo Frog, super useful pet. I think Echo Frogs are better than Triceratops, though some people swear by the Triceratops. Depends on the situation. I'm going to make Echo Frogs as a C tier pet, and you can also put the Triceratops right here beside the Echo Frog. If your goal is to try and get a huge fruit with a natural huge proc, you're going to want to use the Echo Frog or going to use the Triceratops to try and make those things proc. Because different fruits have a built-in huge chance depending on the percent. For example, Bone Blossom is 2.5%, other ones are much harder. So Echo Frogs, Triceratops, very useful pets. But you know what pet is really not that useful? The silly Corrupt Kitsune, yes, it applies a mutation, but there's another pet that can get it. What was it? Was it the tiger? Yeah, I think the tiger can also give things the exact mutation. So why have that when you can just use a tiger? So the Corrupt Kitsune looks cool. Problem is it's really common and its effect isn't that great. It doesn't do anything. Once it applies the mutation, it's just kind of looking cool in your garden, which has its own merits. But it's basically, yeah, it's not that useful. However, this pet is super useful. I love French fry ferrets. French fry ferrets are fantastic. At low ages, you want to use other pets for aging up, but at high ages, when you're in those last like 25 to 30 ages, age 70 and up, leveling up with a French fry ferret is so much faster. Even if you only had 7 regular French fry ferrets and then the one guy you're trying to age up, getting from age 70 to age 100 is just so much easier with a French fry ferret. It's such a useful pet. Spinosaurus, S tier pet, S tier pet. So useful. If your goal is to make one massive fruit filled to the brim with all the mutations, the Spinosaurus is phenomenal. I should add the sugar glider to this list. Guys, if there are pets that are really useful to you that are not on this list, comment down below and let me know. And if you disagree with anything I put here, go ahead and tell me you're wrong, but that's okay. It's okay to be wrong. Don't worry about it. As I was saying, Spinosaurus is goated, being able to favorite a fruit and put all the mutations onto that one fruit. Oh, so good, so clutch. Spinos rock. Pachycephalosaurus right now in this event, in the current event, is a C tier pet because there's not a whole lot of crafting you're doing. But in future events, if there's crafting, the Pachycephalosaurus moves up. Being able to double crafts is very powerful, especially if the craft is for a chest or an egg or anything like that. We can get more pets. Having a Pachycephalosaurus army to swap to give you guaranteed double crafts is really powerful. Right now it's not, but it is. The Disco Bee, you know what? I mean, the Disco mutation's good, but like it rarely applies it. I'd rather just wait until Saturday morning during the admin event and just have him. They always do disco. They always do disco multiple times Saturday morning. So if I really wanted to spread disco in my garden, I really would just wait for Saturday morning. I wouldn't care too much about the Disco Bee. You know what I mean? The Queen Bee is probably your best source of pollinated. But outside of that, its duplication ability is only useful in specific situations, namely something like the butterfly, where the butterfly's cooldown is longer than the queen bee's cooldown. The queen bee looks good though. I'll put it in the D tier. It's solid. It's outshined by the mimic. It might even be outshined by the chinchilla. I haven't used the chinchilla, but I know it's pretty good. Bald eagles are goated. Bald eagles are the best egg hatchers in the game. Now, if you only have 8 egg slots, some of you may swear by the blood kiwi. Some of you may swear by 5 blood kiwi, 3 blood owl, or 4 blood kiwi, 4 bald eagle because that's what you read somewhere. Just trust me, get bald eagles. First and foremost, do your ascensions and unlock your other 5 egg slots, being at a total of 13 egg slots, because at that point, there's no contest. Even before that, at like 9, 10, 11, 12, there's no contest. The bald eagle is the king of hatching eggs faster. So they rock, they're fantastic. You definitely want to have some in your inventory. The golden goose, I need to add a new tier. Hold on. There we go. I have a question mark tier. I've never used a golden goose. I don't know how good it is. I don't know how bad it is. Comment down below and tell me your thoughts. If you own a golden goose, what does it do for you? I know it has a fortune mutation, which is kind of cool. I know it can make really big eggs and stuff, which is also kind of cool. But aside from that, I don't know what it does. So please tell me your thoughts on the golden goose. But what I do know very well is the butterfly is goated. If you want the biggest, best, most expensive fruits in the game, you need rainbow. And as such, you need the butterfly. Yes, it eats 5 weather mutations to create rainbow, but just get those weather mutations back. Rainbow is goated. Rainbow is the best. I love the butterfly. It is fantastic. Ooh, another S tier pet. You know what? Not quite. I'm going to say A tier pet, the brontosaurus. Being able to hatch heavier pets is useful for just like having pets with better effects. So all in all, it's really, really good. It is overshadowed by the koi. I think the koi is phenomenally useful to stretch out how many limited eggs you get. But the brontosaurus hatching heavier pets is very cool. If you know the egg contains a pet whose effect you want to use, and having a heavier pet would mean a better effect, equip some brontosauruses. Because there is a difference in effects hatching a 2 kilogram pet or a 2.8 kilogram pet. Yeah, 2.8. It's crazy. Lobsters are solid, but they kind of fall into the disco bee concept, where on the weekend, if you really want a molten or meteoric, you can just participate in the admin mutations on the weekend. Sometimes J Latte is doing like 5 or 6 or 7 weathers at a time. It's insane. So all of these rare pets that apply mutations, admin mutations specifically, just aren't as useful as they should be because they abuse the admin abuse hard. Lucky squirrel. I don't know what it does. I believe it applies a lucky mutation. Comment down below and give me your thoughts on this pet. If it does apply a mutation that is not found in admin abuse, it has use. If the admin abuse gives us the mutation the lucky squirrel provides, then it's right there with the disco bee and the lobster being like just a totally solid pet. You know what? I'm moving the disco bee and the lobster down. We get these mutations so much on the weekend, it's just not that useful. The silver dragonfly is just completely overshadowed by its regular dragonfly brother, and the regular dragonfly is so plentiful and easy to find that you just don't need the silver one. Collect one as a collector, but aside from that, you really don't need the silver dragonfly. But you know what you do need? T-Rex. T-Rexes rock. T-Rexes are so good. Being able to spread mutations all throughout your garden, you get a fairly heavy one, you age it up, it's spreading a mutation to like 6 or 7 other things. It's just so nice. If your goal is just to make this really impressive looking garden filled with fruits that are just covered in mutations, you definitely want something like a T-Rex to do that job. It's really cool. The griffin is kind of useless, sadly. It's a really cool pet. I like the look of it. But being able to reduce the cooldowns of a pet every 15 minutes by a minute just doesn't cut it. And then applying the cyclonic mutation, not a huge deal. We get that one pretty easily. It's not that good, and it's too bad. Now, this guy, raccoons are useful. They're very, very useful in the game. And this is just a strictly worse raccoon. This has a 20-minute cooldown. The raccoon has a 15-minute cooldown. Now, applying mutation, that's wonderful. But once you've applied the mutation, you don't need to apply it further, and the tiger can also apply it. So, like, it's good, but it's not as good as a raccoon. The raccoon is better from a gameplay perspective. This guy I have not unlocked in the battle pass yet. And I don't know what he does, so I'll put in the question marks. If you know, let me know what he does down below. Raiju. This guy, I think before, was eating plants or eating mutations or something and spreading static, and it was bad and I never wanted to use it, but I think it's been buffed. I'm going to leave it in the question marks, guys. I think the negative portion of the ride juice effect has been removed and it's only just good now. If it is, let me know in the comments. As of now, I'll put in the question marks because I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Oh, these next two pets are so goated. The barn owl, S tier. Okay, you know what? Barn owl right now, barn owl is basically like the Pachycephalosaurus. The Pachycephalosaurus was useful when you could craft useful things. Right this second, you can. The barn owl is useful when you can get shop pets, but right now you can't. So it's not useful. But that doesn't mean in events coming up, you don't want to have barn owls. You want to have 8 Pachycephalosaurus. You want to have 8 barn owls because their effects are useful in the times that they are relevant. They're just not relevant right now. Seals, however, are super relevant right now. In fact, the seal was one of the most important pets to have in the game. It's one of the most important pets in the game. Being able to sell any pet and get eggs back is insane. And with 8 seals of sufficient weight, you have a 50% chance of selling a pet in the store and getting an egg back. There are people sitting on countless shekels because of raccoons and giant plants and fruits who are doing nothing more than buying your pets for shekels just to sell them for seal food, to get eggs. It's literally, the seal is one of the most game-breaking pets in the game, even more so than the koi. Because the koi only stretches out the eggs you have. And when you run out of eggs, you run out of eggs. And the koi lets those go longer, but there's an end. With the seal, so long as there are pets in the game, this thing will continue to nom nom and make eggs for you. Seal is brokenly strong in this entire game. You definitely want to get a seal army. Firefly's solid. Being able to get shocked on command basically is really, really good. And shocked is a 100 times multiplier. Phenomenal mutation. It's solid. It's a really good pet. Ascended pets are so bad. They're so bad. From an effect standpoint, they're so bad. You have to sit there for 6 hours. 6 hours. And then at the end of those 6 hours, there's a % chance that it fails. You could be sitting there from lunchtime to dinner time in the game, and then there's a chance it fails. It's a horrible effect. They need to fix that thing. Reduce the cooldown, something. Tigers are good. People swear by tigers, man. I haven't had a chance to use one yet, but people swear by tigers. People say they're getting some of the most ridiculous mutations from tigers. Mutations they've never seen before, mutations they never would have gotten before, crazy mutations from tigers. Apparently they're kind of good. I can't remember what the farmer squirrel does. I think it has something to do with nuts and nuts growing faster. That's such a bad effect. It's not that good. You know what is apparently quite good though? The shroomy effect. Its growth effect apparently is quite good. The problem is getting all the mushrooms to do it and getting all the mushroom type plants to do it. But when you max it out, the shroomy is apparently quite good at growing massive plants. I'm going to put it in the PTR. Here it's pretty good. Fennec Fox, I'm putting in the C tier. Please educate me. Educate me as to why the Fennec Fox is better than this in the comments down below. Give me your best sales pitch as to why the Fennec Fox is even relevant. It's my bias, I know. Space Squirrel. I'm putting it here with the other mutation pets. Yes, it applies Void Touched, but we get lots of Void Touched on Saturdays, reducing the need for a Space Squirrel. Hamsters, not that good. I was hoping, right? I personally, don't worry about acquiring hamsters to speed up crafting. Just focus on acquiring Pachycephalosaurus to double crafting, right? It just makes sense. I think we did the math. I think having 8 age 100 hamsters combined reduce the total crafting time by like 22% or something like that. My math might be wrong, but I believe that's what it was. So all in all, hamsters they're not worth it. They need to buff the hamster. It needs a better effect. Chefs, gorilla chefs, right now are useless. Why? Cooking is useless. If cooking becomes more relevant in the future, gorilla chefs will be way more useful, just like this Drake. The Drake right now, useless because cooking is useless. The Drake speeds up cooking. The chef can duplicate hand-ins for cooking. Both those mechanics are underutilized in the game right now, therefore they're useless. That might change. The Red Fox, Red Panda. I can't remember what it does. Educate me in the comments. I don't think I've used one. I don't know what it does. The Moth is relatively useful, but there's a pet that's come out recently that's just a better moth, and I can't remember what it was. I think it was the idle chipmunk, to be honest. Yeah, it was the idle chipmunk. I just double checked. So the moth is kind of useful. The idle chipmunk is just better. If you want to pick a pet to keep your pets fed, if you're aging them up, for example, definitely choose the idle chipmunk over the moth. Kois, S tier pet. S tier pet. They're so good. Seals and koi together can help you stretch eggs pretty much for forever. Seal can keep giving you eggs. Kois will stretch them out, allowing you to hatch pets over and over and over, longer and longer and longer. Kois are fantastic. Blood owls are not bad. Wisps are better at aging. Wisps are 25% better. Why they're not on my list, I don't know. Owls are pretty good pets for aging up pets. Some people swear by capybara. Some people swear by Dilophosaurus. But overall, you can't go wrong with a blood owl. Rainbow blood owls can like triple or quadruple a pet's aging speed. A pet ages by half an experience per second. When you add a blood owl, it can go up to 2 experience per second, which is a 4 times speed increase. So blood owl is just good. Mimics rock. They're so good. I mean, it's the jack of all trades. It can help you with other pets. It's way better than the queen bee in its effect. Super useful pet to have in your garden. You can never go wrong with a mimic. This guy, the name escapes right now. Oh my goodness, it's right there. It's the cockatrice. I don't think I've ever used one. I don't even remember at this point in time what its effect does. So I'm gonna leave it there in the question mark tier. If you swear by the cockatrice, if you found a good use for it, comment down below and let me know. Now, this guy, I'm gonna put into a category for pretty much all the brain rot pets, and all the brain rot pets are fine. Some of them apply mutations, and most of the mutations we get on weekends and admin mutation abuses, so they're fine. They're fairly useful pets. The Phoenix, I think the one effect spreads mutations well. I hear the Phoenix is kind of good, but I've never used one, so I'm not too sure. Blood hedgehogs currently are okay. I'm waiting for more prickly plants to really abuse the blood hedgehog. Salmons, super useful. If you have not unlocked all your pet slots yet, salmons. Get an army of salmons. They boost each other XP per second, and they get to age 100 really quickly, or age 75, which is the max you need. Salmons rock. Get a school of salmons. Finish off all of your egg slots and pet capacity and pet inventory and all that jazz. They're fantastic. Swan, I'm unfamiliar with the swan. I'm unfamiliar with what it does. I would like to learn more about many of these divine pets I've never actually used. Pack B is useless. I right now have 299 slots. Not only do I have 299 slots, you can now pay 9 Robux to pick up every single fruit in your garden. Why even use a Pack B? Ostrich is decently useful. It used to be more useful when mutations were much more sought after, but the mutation machine has been out for so long, so it's not as useful anymore. Oh wait, doesn't the Phoenix do something else with the mutation machine? Oh, the Phoenix has pets come out of the mutation machine at a higher age. I think that's better than the ostrich. I'd rather be able to keep the same pet going into the machine faster and faster over and over than hatching one to go in immediately. I think that's more useful. I like that better. Blood kiwis, they're fine. If you don't have any bald eagles, but you have blood kiwis, they'll do the job to help you hatch eggs. But overall, the bald eagle is just more useful. Mizuchi, I don't know. I've never used one. I believe it applies mutations and stuff. I never used it. Chinchilla, I've also never used it. I really want to try it out. I want to see just what the chinchilla's tripling ability can affect. Is it like a mimic octopus? Is it better? Is it worse? I don't know. I really want to try it. And the raccoon is one of the most important pets in the game. One of the most broken abilities in the game. You have 2 accounts. You have your main account. You have your alt account. On your alt account, you do your best to grow the single crop with an insane size and all the mutations to raccoon farm it endlessly for forever for infinite money. If any game has a feature that allows you to farm infinite money in the game, it's the best thing in the game. And the raccoon is the best pet in this game. So what do you guys think? It's a pretty good list. A lot of useful pets.